Hey guys, Andy here, and today we have another unboxing. I got the Klarity Kosmetics Dead Rose palette, and then I also picked up a blush in the shade Dozen Roses. So we're going to swatch these, put them on the face, so if you want to see that, then stay tuned. Everything else that I'm wearing will be listed in the description box. And if you like makeup unboxings, project painting content with a little bit of horror sprinkled in, please consider subscribing, as I would love to have you here. And let's get on into today's video. Alright, so we're going to start with the blush, because that's where I'm at in my makeup routine. And this is the shade Dozen Roses. I do not have a red blush in my collection, because I decluttered the one that I had. Because I just don't think red blush works on me. It doesn't smell like anything. But I figured it went with the palette. Worst case scenario, I can use it as a beautiful red eyeshadow. But I wanted to give it another try. Ooh, that's a pigment. Ooh, buddy, that's a pigment. Ooh, buddy. So, we go in light-handed. We're gonna wipe that off immediately, because it's gonna stain. And looking at how it wipes off, it's got pink in it, but it's the shade Dozen Roses, and it's a huge pan. It's got 7.5 grams, so I'm just going to take up my fluffy brush, and we're going to start with the tiniest bit. See, I even feel like maybe that was too much. Trust the process. Trust the process. Just keep blending. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Okay. So, just the tiniest little dab will do ya. For this side, it is very pink. Instead of being like a true red, it has a lot of pink undertone to it. So I think that's why I like it a little bit more than the red that I had before. Because the red that I had before was like a true red. And I just didn't think that it looked good on my skin tone. Or not even my skin tone. I just didn't like how it looked. Because, like, it was fine. I didn't love the look. And, like, even this is a little much. I'm gonna go. This is the brush that had my loose powder. And I'm just gonna, without any extra product, just tap over it just a little bit. Little kick up. But I don't hate that, which is a plus. So real quick, I'm just going to put my highlight on. And we will move into the swatches of the eyeshadow palette. So, let's get into those. So this is their new Dead Roses palette, which, gorgeous. When I saw this online, oh, I didn't peel the sticky. Well, that wasn't very satisfying. But when I saw this online, I was like, reds and greens. I need it. And actually, I wrote this down. So, let me get out my paper. Klarity Kosmetics. Because I wrote down the shade descriptions for the palette for you guys. So, first, we have Lonely Petal, which is a taupey cream matte pressed pigment. Now, this is the kind of taupe that I don't like. I don't know how much use I'm going to get out of that kind of shade, but it's fine. It's not why I bought the palette, so it's not the end of the world that it's in there. Then we have Poisonous Kiss, which is a taupe brown foiled shimmer, which... oh, I picked up a lot of it. Ooh. I picked up a lot. You do not need to go that heavy into the shimmers. Am I good? Oh God, I just shoved my finger into the last shade once and for all. So this is a Champagne Nude holographic foiled shimmer. So I'm going to show that to you. I just got it everywhere, so give me a second. All right, now that I'm pretty sure I cleaned up that mess, and I probably lost a good chunk of the shadow, but that was my fault. And I am covered in the glitter, but that shade is beautiful. So that is once and for all. That's the last shade in the palette. So next, the third shade on top is Love Trap, and this is a mid-toned brown pressed pigment, which is nice. We have Head Over Heels, which is a mid-toned brown foiled shimmer. Beautiful. We have Dead Ringer, which is a black-based red pressed pigment. Ooh, very deep red. And I've never heard of a black-based matte. And maybe I just don't know as much about makeup as I like to think that I do, but let me know if you have heard of that. I've heard of black-based shimmers and multichromes and things like that, but I've just never heard of black-based mattes. So it's interesting to me for it to be labeled that way. Next we have He Loves Me Not, which is a deep red foiled shimmer, which, oh, you get me at reds. Those are stunning and they're gonna go on my eyes. We have Wilted Rose, which is a black-based green foiled shimmer. Stunning. This would make such a nice Christmas palette, but like... And then last but not least, we have My Love Stems Deep, which is a moss green matte pressed pigment. So there's the whole palette, and I'm really happy with it. The only shade that I really don't love is the first shade, Lonely Petal, and that's just, I don't like taupes. I don't like, they make me look dead, they wash me out, because even the undertone of this shade, Love Trap, I like this much better than this shade, Lonely Petal. So I'm going to be doing my eye look off camera today, just because I want to play with makeup. So I will come back, tell you what I did, and yeah, that red stains a little bit. It's definitely a pressed pigment. So I'm going to go do my makeup, finish everything up, and I will come back, tell you what I did, tell you my thoughts on the palette and how it blended, all that good stuff. So I will see you when everything is said and done. Right, so this is the finished look. Let me come up nice and close for you. I did use every single shade in the palette, and we will go over what happened. So I used the two taupe shades. This doesn't show up at all. So I used this first to set my eye primer. Then I went in with this as a transition shade. This barely shows up on my eyes, so do with that what you will. Then I did the red on my inner and outer corner as like a halo eye with the red matte. This doesn't blend the best. Like, it's a pressed pigment, so it is to be expected, but I've had pressed pigment mattes that blend better. And I even have some mattes from Klarity Kosmetics that blend better than this red does, so maybe it's because it's a black based, but like the green blends fine. So I don't know. Then I did the taupey dark shimmer on the inner and outer. And that was fine. It's fine. That shade, it's nothing special to me, but it's fine. I did the red shimmer in the center, and it's not very intense. So then I went over it with this glitter. I like glitter, but literally the minute you put it on the eyes, it puffs and you get fallout everywhere. I have Rogue glitter sparkles, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, all over my face. They're all over my dress. My hands are covered in glitter. Like, I am just covered in gold and silver glitter sparkles from the shade. Yes, is it partially because I accidentally dug my finger into it and got it all over my desk? Yes. But when I put it on my finger, and all I did was this. This is the amount that I put on my finger to put on my eye. And just that amount. And I don't know why. Ooh, emptied out my wipes. That's nice. But it just, the minute you put it on top, I put it on top of my eye in the center. It puffs up. And I do not like that. And like I said, I love glitter, but I don't know if I'm going to use that shade. Like, I'll have to try it again. I'm going to have to try this palette as a whole again, but I did not like that. So then on my lower lash line, I went in first with the matte green, which blended out beautifully. Love that. Then I went over it with the green shimmer just because I wanted to use every shade in the palette. And that blended out nicely too. I don't think it really added too much because I don't think shimmers on the lower lash line do. But I will say, their shimmers pick up extremely wonderfully on brushes. Normally I go in with shimmers with my finger, but for my lower lash line I wanted to use a brush. And not all shimmers can be picked up well with a brush, and these do. So there is that. And then for my inner corner is just this shade here, which looks nice. Overall, do I hate the look? No. Do I love it? Also no. So I think I would have liked it better had this shade not exploded all over my face. I'm not upset that I bought this, but I don't love it either. So as of right now, I'm giving it a 5 out of 10, but to be continued. It will probably be the lowest in my February ranking just because I've only tried it once, but I definitely will want to try this again. Oh, and it's Deadly Rose, not just Dead Rose. My bad. The font is hard to read. But I definitely want to try this again because I do really love the color story. The greens were the star of the palette, in my opinion, which isn't just me having my bias towards greens, because Lord knows I could have my bias towards greens, and I'm actually very surprised with how much I liked this blush. It was not too intense on the face, which is crazy, because normally I would hate that, but let me know, did you purchase this palette? What did you think of this palette? What do you think of the look? And all of your comments down below, and I love talking to you there. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.